Good morning from Kawaguchiko, Japan. Today I am hiking Mount Fuji, and I am so excited because this has been a bucket list item for quite some time for me. From everything I've read, the best thing to do is catch the first bus out of the Kawaguchiko station and take that to the 5th station, and from there summit up Mount Fuji. I was honestly so torn between taking a day trip to Mount Fuji from Tokyo or just staying in one of the cute little towns right near Mount Fuji, waking up, looking at the mountain, exploring the small town, and then hiking Mount Fuji. If hiking Mount Fuji is also your dream, then I highly recommend just hanging out in Kawaguchiko, grab yourself an Airbnb or a hotel, and wake up as early as possible to catch that first bus ride to Mount Fuji. Because you can roll out of bed and just hike the mountain instead of jumping on a bus from Tokyo and then having to travel all the way to Mount Fuji. Instead, you're already there. Good morning. So last night there was an earthquake, a 7.1 earthquake, and that was terrifying. I was literally about to fall asleep, and then the siren thing goes off on like my phone. I'm like, what the? And it just says like emergency earthquake evacuate, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm all by myself. I'm like trying to find my pants. It's like dark and it was so scary. The sun. Anyway, I'm walking to the station to go hike Mount Fuji. I decided to get on the first bus out of the Kawaguchiko station, which was at 6:40 a.m. When I arrived in Kawaguchiko yesterday, I talked to the people that worked at the station and I asked if I could buy the tickets online, but they said you have to be at the station in order to buy the tickets. So since the bus was leaving at 6:40, I got there around 6:20 and there was this huge line of people waiting to buy the ticket to get to the 5th station to also hike Mount Fuji. The office opened at 6:30 and the bus left at 6:40. So we had about 10 minutes to buy the tickets and run to the bus stop, and I'm talking about all the people that were waiting in line. The bus driver was so sweet and he actually waited for me to run all the way from the ticket station all the way to the bus stop before leaving because I was the last one on the bus. Just a quick note, they do change the times for their bus stops every single year, so be sure to check that out online, or when you get to the Kawaguchiko station, they also have it printed on the wall. The bus ride up to the 5th station is about 1 hour or so. After you get to the 5th station, there's bathrooms, there's water bottles, there's snacks and whatnot that you can purchase before going on your hike. But before actually hiking the mountain, you need to flash your ticket that you purchased either online or you can purchase one at the booth. One thing to note, the Japanese government did put a limit to the amount of hikers that can go up Mount Fuji each day, and that limit is 4,000 hikers, and each hiker has to pay 2,000 yen in order to enter the mountain to hike. So I reserved my hiking time and date online just to make sure that when I got here I could actually hike the mountain and there would be no issues. From what I've read, the Japanese government decided to put this policy in place to keep people safe because a lot of hikers like to do the whole hike in one day, which is definitely doable, but it's not the safest thing for everyone. And if you don't make a reservation at one of the huts that are along the mountains, then there's a good chance you might get sick along the mountain or just not be able to make it all the way down alive. Also, I was reading a lot of the Japanese people are really frustrated about the fact that you need to pay now to hike Mount Fuji. Okay, so I'm currently hiking Mount Fuji. This is so cool. So there's 2 ways to hike Mount Fuji. The first option is to hike up as far as you want and then hike back down. This is all in one day. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good right now. A little bit dizzy, I'm totally fine. I'm ready to get to the next stop. Or your second option is to reserve a hut hotel that is literally located on the mountain. Then you fall asleep really early in the day and you wake up at like 1 a.m. and you hike to the top. So you basically do 50% of the hike in one day, 50% in the next day, and you get to watch the sunrise on the second day. So if you didn't know, Mount Fuji is actually an active volcano, and the last time it erupted was in 1707. Okay, another cool thing about hiking Mount Fuji is you're literally hiking on top of volcanic rock, and it's actually called basalt, which is formed when lava cools quickly. So a lot of people had hiking shoes and hiking gear and some walking sticks, but I just showed up in my normal walking shoes and I honestly felt just fine. Next time, definitely hiking shoes when hiking Mount Fuji. Pro tip, definitely make sure you pack a little picnic for yourself so you can enjoy it at the top of Mount Fuji. And that's exactly what I did for myself. I had a leftover 7-Eleven Japanese snack as well as an RX bar. While hiking Mount Fuji, I kept in mind the bus time that I wanted to catch my departure bus back home to the Kawaguchiko station, and I made sure there was a little bit of a buffer, so if I missed the bus that I wanted to go on, there were always a couple other options that I could jump on as well. The last thing you want is to be stranded at the 5th station because it's a very long walk home, considering it's like a 50-minute drive to the station from Kawaguchiko. As I continued hiking up Mount Fuji, I did start to feel a little bit of the elevation sickness coming on. Okay, I decided to start walking back down, and my stomach feels a little weird and my head's like getting more dizzy than it was before, so I'm not trying to like kill myself or push myself more than I needed to. The views are epic though, so I'm really happy I did this, and I'm really proud of myself too because I was really nervous, especially because there was an earthquake yesterday. Yeah, I'm like on top of the world. Since I was hiking alone, I am like extra cautious on how I feel because I don't want to pass out and then be by myself on top of a volcano. So I did decide to turn around and take that option 1, which was just hiking up a certain distance and then turning around and just enjoying my time on the mountain all in one day. Okay, so I went back home, chilled a little bit, cried a lot. I was just panicking about all of the worst case scenarios in terms of like natural disasters, and my boyfriend, God bless his heart, coached me through everything and made me feel a lot better. So anyway, I'm gonna keep pushing forward, keep doing this trip, stay healthy. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go get a matcha and just read my book and just chill.
Yeah.
That's so funny. How do you know by just looking?
I just could tell. I could tell from when I parked and you know, I could just tell.
Okay, so I was gonna go out for dinner to a place that has like Japanese food. I was gonna get like this fried chicken thing with tuna and all of that. And I walk up to the restaurant and it says, we're closed. So I got this fried chicken bowl from a convenience store and the girl was so sweet. She like heated it up for me and gave me like towelettes to like wipe my hands, which I should do. And I don't know, just like amazing customer service. And this bowl, the whole thing, my coffee and a water was like 800 yen. Crazy, like really good prices for sure. Today has just been an interesting day because I'm trying to get over this whole fear situation because there's like this mega earthquake alert going on right now, basically for all the destinations I'm going to. So that's not really settling well. So I haven't really had an appetite, like, at all. I think today I literally ate convenience food all day long. Literally bless my boyfriend for talking me through all of my fears and helping me to keep pushing on and like find courage and strength to continue this journey. So I'm excited to see where things go. Tomorrow's gonna be a travel day to Kyoto, which I'm excited about. I think I put a lot of pressure on myself to get like so much done every single day. And no one says you have to do everything. Something a lot of people don't talk about with solo traveling, there are moments where you do feel kind of lonely. Like you go out and then you feel like you're doing all these things and then you just want to like relax. When you go back to your place and you're just like sitting there, it's like, okay, now what? So this time around, I have an amazing boyfriend. I can text him, call him, and do all that, which makes me feel not alone. When that's not going on, it's like, okay, this is weird. And I remember feeling this way a lot when I was in Europe as well. It wasn't all the time. Like there were moments where I was like, I just want to go home. I'm just done. I've been feeling that a lot in Japan. There's like a lot of kickback and push from me to just like want to go home. But I think I just have to keep going and I think it's going to be really enjoyable and I'm going to be so proud of myself when I have a really good time and finish this week and a couple days off. So, yep. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat this chicken. And there's rice on the bottom too, with this like vinegar sauce. This is pretty dang good for a convenience store. Anyway, then I ended my day with going in the onsen, shower, and then taking like a hot bath. Amazing. Absolutely so relaxing. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna eat this and then maybe read my book a little bit. Okay, bye.